Hi pet lovers, happy holidays and Merry Christmas. Thanks for joining Gina's Grooming channel and visiting us on ginasgrooming.com. Today we are going to be doing holiday bow crafting for your pets. What I'm going to show you today is that you can do this also for your dogs at home to let them help celebrate the holidays with you. Today we're going to be doing collar bows. These are things that you can go ahead and put on a collar of a dog, or what I do is I go ahead and match it with different types of bandanas. I cut bandana fabric and I go ahead and match those collar bows to that bandana fabric, and I kind of mix and match so that I have a whole variety of fun combinations that I can go ahead and send my dogs out to the customers, to their owners, with this wonderful holiday spirit. Remember that any bow is a choking hazard, so make sure that your dogs are never left unattended with any bows that they can go ahead and ingest. So the first bow that I'm going to show you is a non-denominational bow. I call it my Winter Wonderland bow. It's like a puff of winter sparkles that you can go ahead and put on a pet and put on their collar to really make them pop. So I'm going to go ahead and show you two versions. One's going to be a little puff and the other one's going to be a bigger puff. But with those puffs, again, you can put it on the collar of your dog and they're going to look so cute with it. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we need to get it done, and let's jump right in. I have some silver sparkly tulle. I have a pair of scissors. These are good scissors with a good cutting edge, but nothing fancy. And I have some rubber bands. These are grooming rubber bands, so they're smaller. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and take our sparkly tulle. I'm gonna go ahead and do about 10 inches. I'm gonna first make a small version of this collar bow. And again, remember, you can put this on a clip and make it an ear bow. Okay, and then what we're gonna do is fold that in half. Okay. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start zhuzhing. I don't know if that's a word, but it's a word now. So we're gonna start kind of putting this together, always remembering that we want a center point with our bow. Okay, so now I'm making kind of a sparkly flower. Okay, and I'm holding the middle. This is where I'm gonna go ahead and band. So I have a rubber band and I'm gonna go around 3 times through the middle. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is cute as it is if we go ahead and push all this forward, and we can already put that on a collar. What I like to do is snip those edges and pull them apart. So I just kind of strategically go through and snip the edges. And what that allows me to do is now separate those places that were folded. Okay, and make this a much fuller puff. Get ready to get glitter all over yourself, because that's part of the fun. Now we've got this really cute puff that we can go ahead and put on the collar of a small dog, or again on the ears of a small dog as well. Okay, so that's our small puff, and remember, because we have a rubber band behind this, this is what's gonna go through the collar, or what, like I explained before, is the bandana, so you can go ahead and attach it to a collar. But let's make a bigger bow, a bigger puff for our bigger dogs, because that one is pretty small. So again, I'm pretty much the same, about 10 inches by eye, but I'm gonna do 2 pieces. They do not need to be absolutely exactly uniform, just get it in the ballpark. Okay, same concept, except that we're not gonna fold it in half. We can just go ahead and zhuzh right to the middle. Okay, remember, we're taking a rubber band, going around the middle. See how simple this is, but it is so cute. It really makes the dogs stand out and look really festive. Okay, so that's my second one. Okay, and one more. Twist. Get ready again to get glitter all over you, but what we'll have here, I always like to kind of put my finger in one of the rubber band areas, is we can go ahead and cut this also, or we can leave this big and natural and just pull it apart and kind of find where it is. Okay. All right, pulling it apart, kind of forming it. And again, if you want to go ahead and cut any parts of this, make it size to your pet, feel free to do so. Any edges that you kind of see and you want to take off, but here you have the easiest, cutest little puff that's going to be sitting on the collar or on a bandana of your pet. So now that we know how to make the little baby puff and the big puff for our big babies and for our small babies, remember that we're gonna go ahead and pair them. Either you could just put this on their existing collar, or you can pair them with different types of bandanas. And what I do is when I put the bandana on the dog, I go ahead and finish him with a puff. So let's go ahead and take a look at some adorable models sporting this little holiday puff. So now that we've seen how beautiful our models look with the holiday puff, let's go ahead and make a bow, a collar bow that's going to be a little more geared toward Christmas. So we're going to go ahead and show you how that's done. Again, we're going to do a collar bow, but we're going to be selecting a special type of ribbon to really make this festive. So let's take a look at what stuff we need to get this bow done. The first thing that we need is a very nice ribbon. This one is like a tartan, it's a checkered pattern, very Christmassy. We need our scissors, again, nice scissors, sharp edge. They don't have to be fancy. We have our grooming bands. You can use regular rubber bands. Grooming bands are great for this work. And we have a hairspray, a hard hold, an extra firm control hairspray that we're gonna use as a stiffening agent. So this Christmas collar bow, again, begins with this kind of tartan checkered pattern, really cute Christmassy pattern. Now this is not grooming ribbon, so it's kind of a little bit more flimsy. So we're gonna use a stiffening agent, and I'm gonna talk about how to do that. So when we're working with this bow, we make it stand up so it doesn't just floop down or flop down. So what we do, as with every collar bow, is we select how big we're gonna make that bow and how big we are gonna make it. Let's do a medium-sized bow. That's about 3 feet by my eyes. I make a cut, a blunt cut, because we're gonna make this really cute and fancy later. Okay, as in all collar bows, we shape our hand at how big we want that collar bow to be. Again, I'm choosing medium, so my fingers are gonna be spaced about this far apart, remembering that we're gonna be cinching the middle and the loops are gonna be what you see around. Okay, this is a good spot to stop because you can see if I just went ahead and pinched, what I'm gonna have is a little bit of a tail hanging here, and I'm gonna have a tail inside, but I'm gonna leave this for now. But just know that you're gonna have 2 tails that we're gonna make really fancy. We're gonna go ahead and bend this in the middle. Okay. And then in order for us to be able to loop these loops around a rubber band, we make little notches. This removes excess ribbon, so when we're doing our loops, it gives us a little more flexibility. Okay, so now what do we have? We have these 2 notches. We've got this thing that is definitely not looking like a bow yet, but with a grooming band, a rubber band, I'm gonna go ahead and band the middle 3 times. Okay. Now what do we have? We have a bow. I'm going to grab one of these little guys in the back. I always like to kind of keep my finger behind one of the loops of the rubber band, and then I start forming this bow. Remember that this is kind of more flimsy ribbon material, and if you're not using grooming ribbon, it's not going to be as stiff, but we can definitely fix that. Okay, here are my loops. I'm going ahead twisting them in opposite directions. Not looking much yet. Okay, that's okay. Let's go ahead and work on these edges first. So I'm going to go ahead and give a V notch, and I'm going to determine how long I want that to be. So I'm going to fold it in half. I determine that I want it to cut it right here. And if I do this right with one cut, I make a really cute festive little edge. This also will help prevent it from fraying. Okay, as you can see, this one's cut straight and it's already fraying. So if you cut on a diagonal, on an edge, this keeps this edge much better. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and stiffen this up because right now, kind of floopy, not really doing what it's supposed to do. So what I'm gonna do, again, getting my finger back there, I used to use spray glue for this, but I changed to hairspray because it works really great. So make sure your dog is nowhere in the vicinity and keep yourself away from the spray. And kind of shape it, and I'm gonna hairspray this. Now it's gonna take a little bit to dry, so I'll meet you guys back here in a few minutes. Here's our beautiful Christmas bow stiffened with our hairspray. Again, I used to use spray glue, but this is much better. It's a nice full bow. We made those edges. You can go ahead, again, put this on the collar of your dog or onto a bandana to really have your pets have fun this holiday season. Okay, and as cute as this bow is, we can actually make it a little fancier. So let's go ahead and take a look at a little creative thing that we can do to really kick this up a few notches. What I buy every year is an assortment of different types of fake flowers, fake holly berries, but it comes with these leaves that we can go ahead and use to make a really cute accessory for the bows that we're making. So what I do is I have a plier, but this plier comes with a wire cutting component, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut off these leaves. You can see they're connected with a little plastic edge. And what I'm gonna do is make the same bow that I just showed you with the checkered pattern, but I'm gonna go ahead and include this leaf to really make it pop. So let's go ahead and see how that's done. Okay, so I already made the loops, but I haven't done the band on this one yet. I cut the edges. What I'm gonna do is I wanna make sure that the rubber band goes at least around one leaf. So here's my rubber band. I'm gonna go ahead, this is a little tricky. So basically the whole principle is as long as one leaf is in the rubber band, I can include this piece in the bow. Okay, 1, 2, 3, looping this guy in. Okay, good, good, good. Okay, so now I've got these little holly leaves. Okay, and what I'm going to do is start forming the bow again, spray it with my stiffening agent just like we did before, and then let's take a look at what we get when we're finished. Okay, so we're going to keep forming this bow, but as you can see, it just gives a little bit of extra oomph with a little bit of leaves on top that we can go ahead and put on a collar of a dog or on a bandana. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some adorable models who are wearing this very Christmassy look. Good girl. Okay, see that? Come in, baby. Thank you guys for watching our channel. Again, remember to click that thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe for more like it, but really want to send you the most blessed Christmas wishes, a wonderful holiday season from Gina's Grooming to your family, your friends, and your beloved pets. We'll see you soon. Bye.